Hi students, in the short video I want to teach you word problem number 2 of fractions of operation with fraction. This one is we do it with either addition or subtraction. So before we can do the word problems, as always keep it in mind that you need to read the sentences carefully, and then sometimes you may need to read out loud, and then read it slowly. Try to spot the label over here. Charlie drank 1 out of 16 cup of water, and then the number. Yeah, and then you see as we read again, Danny drank 5 out of 8 cup of water. Now, so that's how we know the label and the number. Yeah, because we need to have the label and the number later when we want to draw the model. And then the question is who drank more and by how much, right? So this is a question. And then, as I have said before, what we need to do over here, we need to write down all the fractions in the working space. So there are only two fractions over here, so let's just write it down. 14 out of 16, and then the second fraction is 5 out of 8. Now, and then after that, make sure that the fractions in the working space over here have the same denominator, right? Because before we can do anything with the fraction, either addition or subtraction, we must make sure that the fractions have the same denominator. So we have over here the small denominator over here is 8. 8 can jump to 16, right? Because 16 is the multiple of 8. So let's just convert this 5 out of 8 to out of 16. So what we need to do is we copy the fraction again, and then what do we need to do? What do we need to do is multiply the denominator by 2 to go to 16, and then since times with 2 over here denominator, and then we must also times 2 over here numerator. So we have 10 out of 16 over here. Now then we have the same denominator. Now this fraction belong to Charlie, this one belong to Danny. So after that we just draw the model. This one over here, Charlie, and then we have Danny, you see. Now, and then we want to draw the bar with the fraction number over here. So as we can see over here, this one belong to Charlie, 14 out of 16, which is greater than the fraction number that belong to Danny. Yeah, so this Charlie will have longer bar compared to Danny. Yeah, so let me just draw. I think it's about here. Okay, so Charlie is 14 out of 16, and then Danny is 5 out of 8, and then I need to write down out of 16. I have the same denominator, which is 10. Now, and then the question over here, who drank more, right? And as we can see from the model over here, we know Charlie drank more, right? And then by how much? Let's just draw the dotted line here. Now let's draw the dotted line here, and then by how much? Now this is by how much. Now, so what we need to do is we put the question mark over here, right? This is the things that we need to solve. So what we need to do over here, since this one's talking about the difference more, right? So it is talking about difference, then we know difference means we need to subtract. Okay, so big numbers subtract the small numbers. So let's see. So we have 14 out of 16 minus 5 out of 8. Yeah, let's just write down the original fraction. After that, we copy the fraction again. 14 out of 16 minus 10 out of 16, and then we have 4 out of 16, and then we just simplify the fraction. 16 divided by 4 can be done, so let's just use the 4 then. So divide by 4, right? Divide by 4, divide by 4, and then we will have the simplest form, which is 1 out of 4. So this is the answer. So after that, we just need to write down the answer statement, right? So we know that Charlie drank 5 out of 1 out of 4 more cup of water than Danny. So this is the how we answer the question number 2. Yeah, so please remember, read the sentences carefully, try to find the label and the number, right? And then if any yeah, and then you need to read carefully, and then you see the question. Okay, so that's it. So students, I see you again in the next video. Okay, thank you.